Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a new project. It's a folio that we will create together as a tutorial using the wonderful collection called Botany from Mintay papers. This is how the papers look like, and this on the black background is my favorite, followed by the one on the green background. And I will use some leftovers from the woodland collection, and I will try to use as many leftovers as possible where it is possible. I only have one pad of the big collection and one pad of the small collection, so one big pad and one small pad, in other words. And so I have already assembled the left part of the folio, and the right part it's basically the same with very small minor changes regarding the add-ons, but the sizes are also a bit bigger, just like half an inch bigger. But I will show you the left side so you see how it looks, and so you know what we will do together on the right side. So the pages are tiered. So the one highest up, it's the shortest and narrowest, followed by the next one, which is half an inch longer, narrower, larger. So here we have a pocket, a big pocket, angled pocket. And here we have a small pocket. And yes, I like very much this collection. I thought it was wonderful, and I really hope you like how I used the leftovers from the woodland collection. I thought this was very suitable, and it looks very nice in this folio. So it's basically nature, botany and zoology combined. This is how it looks on the second page. It's another pocket which is kept in place with an insert. The flap is kept in place with the insert, and on the front of the pocket you have another pocket. I love this idea. I really love it. On the back of it, it's pretty simple. I will have to fix it though, and make a closure. I've done that, or we will do that together on the right side, but I will have to get back to the left side as well, because every time I open the folio and the pages, that small flaps out. Here on the fourth page, I think it is, or third, we have a big pocket with a big insert, and here again we have a flap. This one it's a bit better kept in place because probably because it's bigger. And I used that white crackled paint background. It's from the collection called Country Fair. Yes, I had some pages left over from there as well. This is simple again, and here again one other page from Woodland, which I thought looks really nice. And it's interesting how it interrupts on the upper part, and those on the back are on the base, basically are from this collection, which was Farm Life, I think was called that collection. And I only had one 6x6 pad from which I had some sheets left, and I really wanted to use them as much as possible, so I thought it's quite suitable here. So this is what I did, and I hope you like it. Now for the right part, the background again, it's done with paper from the small pad from Farm Life. And now this is how the bottom page looks like. So it's basically one page with a flap on which we will put some double sticky tape on the tab, and we will glue it together on top of it before adding it actually down to the base of the folio. So it's very easy to make folio, very quick. what takes longer here, of course, will be just matting the pages, but that is all. So I will use this paper left over again from the sheets I had left from the woodland collection to mat the last page in the album. I don't know if it will be on the front or on the back, but I think I have one more, so I will use one on the front and one on the back, most likely. And I think it looks really, really lovely. So let's see. Yes, I had this one and I remember it. I really wanted to use it in a way that it's very well highlighted. So this sheet, this last page measures 29 centimeters by 19.2, that is 11.5 by 7.5 inches. So this is, I will measure our page uh, in order to contain exactly what is most important, and that is the tree, like that. So I just took a quarter of an inch or even an eighth of an inch, I think, compared to the sizes I gave. So if it's 11.5 by 7.5, I made it 11 and a quarter by 7 and a quarter. And the same on the back, of course. And I have chosen to mat all the pages before adding them down to the folio, to the base of the folio. And also I have, yes, I have distressed the edges to all of them, and you can actually see here. The inside of this pocket, it has to be matted as well, because otherwise you won't see how it looks. I mean, you will only see the base, which is red in this case, and I really wanted to see nice paper. And again, these are from that small pad of Farm Life collection, and I only had these 3 left. So considering that on the last right side we only need one row of tags, I will have enough, and I will use them on this side. And I think they look lovely, and considering that they will be covered for most of their part, I will only see a bit on the right side, I think, and a bit above and under. I think they are a perfect use, considering that they are also a leftover. So I'm gluing them together, using the double sticky tape, and yes, I think it will look good enough. I will be happy with this. I mean, I am happy with this. And now I will just measure and see, okay, this is how much more I need. I glue these two together, then the big one with the small one, and then I put double sticky tape all around and distress the edges before attaching it to the page, to the flap of our last page, or first in this case. So this is how they look before we cover them with a pocket. So this is the pocket. You see how little you see now. You can hardly say that they are from another collection if you don't really pay attention. So this will be a pocket, and it will come directly over this, and we will fill it with an insert, and then of course we will cover the front of the pocket. But before this, I want to add this flap to the inside of the page before actually matting that page as well. Sorry for my head sticking in, just wanted to say hello. And yes, because I forgot to do this on the left side of the folio, I won't make the same mistake, and I will add magnets now. And I will use, this is a yellow page, a background page, very useful when you, I think it's very matching the light in the tree trunk, so it's absolutely lovely. So that yellow page, it's not from the collection. It actually not part from any collection, or it might be from a very old one that I never got to use. This is what it has on the back, on the B side. And as a provider for Mintay, we always get some gifts with every order almost. And this is what I got with my previous order, and they are very helpful when you run out of paper from your collection and you need some background paper. It's really useful, comes in handy. So now we will mat together the front of our pocket, and I will choose, I think, this lovely background, which is very similar to the one to the left, only it has that you saw that trunk, that cupboard, sorry, on it. And here I'm writing the measurements. Just wanted to make sure that I give you the right measurements, both in centimeters and in inches. And from this, of course, you just reduce 1/4 of an inch, and in centimeters, 1/2 a centimeter you take. Okay, so now I'm marking that area where I've used the punch, the hard punch, to punch, because I don't have a pocket punch. And so I'm punching it a bit to match the background, the cardstock background, yes. And after we apply the double sticky tape, I think I will remember to distress the sides, the edges, yes, with distress ink from um, Tim Holtz. These are one of the first products I've ever ordered. I have them since we were in Sweden, so that must be 2010, I think. And this color is walnut stain, yes. Okay, it seems I want to show you something here, something important. And by the way, it's been like 2, if not 3 weeks since I actually made this folio. And meanwhile, we have been on vacation. We have put up central heating in our apartment, so it's been of a bit of a crazy time around here, and I kind of forgot. So I am narrating and remembering as I watched the movie. What I did here. So the reason why I said that we should stop a little bit and pay attention is because the next page should be added before I mat the front of the pocket. That's why. Otherwise, the red flap would have come over the pattern paper, and that wouldn't have looked that nice. So that's a good stopper there. So I like how it looks so far. I love that cupboard filled with all those vintage elements. Absolutely lovely, and the backgrounds are so nice. So this is how it will look. I will have to probably remember to round the corners to make it easier for the insert to go in, but I love how it looks so far. And now we will have to mat the back of this page, but I want to make, like, to the left, on the left side, I want to make this flap, which is made with a leftover, and I will decorate it with 2 of the tags from the big pad. So it probably measures 4 by 8 or something like that, and I have cut the tags to match this flap precisely. And here I will make a closure, and it will be a magnetic closure. So this, I think it will be 1.5 by 3.5 inches or something like that, or 5.5 inches. I don't remember exactly, but I will write down, I think. And I think it already looks so nice, and I'm very glad that I used some red paper as background for backgrounds, because black, I think all black would have been a bit too much. Plus, you wouldn't have seen the difference in scale so well, I think. I'm only assuming here. Now it's a bit late after the fact, but that's what I assume. I think actually this was the reason why I did it. So, yes, as I was saying, we have been busy before going on our vacation. We had a bit of spot of uh, food poisoning like 2 or 3 days before, or that we were almost thinking that we might not be able to actually go on our vacation. And it would have been a pity because it was a really needed summer vacation. We haven't been anywhere in the last 4 years. So um, it was really necessary for us to take this vacation. Okay, so for this, for the front of this page, I will use my favorite background of the whole collection, the one on black background, and it's absolutely lovely. And now we are turning to the back of this page, and I will start with the background, and then I will turn to the um, flap, and I think I will use the same, the black on the red, only not having any more of the big one. I will use the small version, the small pad, and I will again stick them together, and I think they will look very, very good. I have meanwhile embellished um, this folio. I have done it actually yesterday, and so soon I will film the last, uh, the final showcase of this lovely folio, which will be for us. And the reason I really wanted to make this is because I've always loved plants, and them presented in this vintage style always appealed to me. So, and except for this, we know that we have a notepad filled with drawings made by my grandmother from my mother's side, and they're all botanical. What I remember, there were many flowers and plants and so on, and I love that one. And I have only seen it once, and since then not anymore, but it stick to my memory, and I was like 13 years old when I've seen it. And I would have loved to attach that uh, notepad to this folio, if not to our family ancestry album, which has a section perfect for memorabilia from the family. That is, if we find it, because meanwhile it has got a bit, moved around, so we don't know exactly where it is right now. But I'm guessing we will find it at some point. So, what I remember from creating this, working on this folio, is that when I started, I wasn't in the greatest of moods. Don't remember why, but as I continued creating, working on it, I remember that my mood has improved significantly, and pretty quickly also. So again, it's just a proof that having a hobby or something that you really enjoy doing, it's very good for your mood. So now we have our closure, and I love how that looks. And now I will put the final page. And yes, I remember here I made a mistake, because again I should have placed the final page under this um, black lovely paper. But lucky with the double sticky tape, it's really good, really easy to remove if you're careful. And so I will do this, and this is it. Look how lovely and perfect it looks. You would never say that anything like this happened. So now I will place this pocket on top of it, and this is our last page basically, as you can see on the left side. Yes, I remember I wanted, because I would have had to put this pocket on my black background, and I don't want to cover it, so then I will do it on here on the left side. And here I will use this again, this yellow background paper to mat the cardstock, and then over it I will put those pocket and the flap. because then I think it's much better not having to cover my favorite background, obviously. And of course it also gives a bit of variety from one from the left side to the right side, so it's not 100% identical, which I like. Okay, so now we will have to score our fold, our yes, our closure, our pocket closure. And then I will cut it and round its corners once I put down the pocket, that is the front of the pocket. And for this, as you can see, I've used a small pad, and again, like for every page, I have rounded the corners. And I think here I'm a bit mistaken because it's probably too big, but probably not. It seems I left it like this. It would have been a pity to actually cut some more of it, because then not much would have been visible anymore, considering that the pattern, which is a wreath. Absolutely lovely, all the patterns in this collection again. And so now, based on this, I will actually decide the size of the pocket, so it wasn't the other way around. That's nice. So now I'm putting down the yellow background, and after that I will come up with a pocket, which will be a green one, I think, a dark green, yes. So these ones, as you know, on three sides, two short and one long, you score at an inch, and then you cut the corners, and then you score those tabs. And yes, I changed my mind, it seems, because initially I showed you a green paper, and now it seems that I've used this one in the end. And now I'm looking at it, I realize it's much flowers in one tiny space, but I enjoy it nevertheless. And doing this distressing on the edges, it breaks a little bit the continuity, which is always good in these cases. So yes, this video, it's not so much a tutorial 100%, it's a mix between a tutorial and a process video, which I hope it proves useful to you. I wanted really to include all the measurements as well. This is why I think it's a tutorial as well. Now for the matting of the front pocket, I will use this green background with the lovely flowers, and again I will match them together. And sorry again for my head sticking in the image. So I'm very curious if you will decide to give a go to this folio. It's, as you can see, very simple and easy to make. And yes, I really hope you will enjoy the final result as well, but most important, the creative process, because that should actually be, you know, our main goal, to enjoy the process, because if you enjoy the process, you will most likely enjoy the final result as well. And it's important to realize when you get tired, because, you know, longer projects like this, they take some time. Not some time, I mean, you don't have to do it all in one night, that's what I'm saying. If you only have 2 hours available in one night, it's better not to, you know, try to do it in those 2 hours. Okay, so here, and yes, what I want to say is to break and take a break when you feel you get tired, because then we start making mistakes, and you know how it is. Okay, so now I know that I need to make some pockets on the base of the folio, but here on the front I still need to make that pocket as well. I need to mat that red flap, and I need pocket there. like we have on the left side, you can see here. So, and we have pocket on pocket. I love that idea. So I will do the same on the right side as well, but this in the second part of our folio. I will use for the cover, and I will do that first. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.